North Korea has sent soldiers and millions of munitions, including missiles and rockets, to Russia over the past year, according to a new report by an international watchdog, which details the extent to which Pyongyang has helped Moscow terrorize Ukraine's population over its 3-year war. The report was released Thursday by the Multilateral Sanctions Monitoring Team, MSMT, an initiative made up of 11 United Nations members, formed after Russia forced the disbandment of a previous UN panel that monitored the implementation of sanctions against North Korea. While some of the team's findings have been well documented, such as North Korea sending troops to fight for Russia, the report lays out the stunning scope and scale of weaponry sent from Pyongyang since Russia's invasion of Ukraine. That includes as many as 9 million rounds of artillery and ammunition in 2024, more than 11,000 troops last year, and another 3,000 troops in the early months of this year, rocket launchers, vehicles, self-propelled guns and other types of heavy artillery, and at least 100 ballistic missiles, which were subsequently launched into Ukraine to destroy civilian infrastructure and terrorize populated areas such as Kyiv and Zaporizhzhia, the report found, citing participating states. These forms of unlawful cooperation between North Korea and Russia contributed to Moscow's ability to increase its missile attacks against Ukrainian cities, including targeted strikes against critical civilian infrastructure, the report said. In return, Russia provided North Korea with various valuable pieces of weaponry and technology, including air defense equipment, anti-aircraft missiles, electronic warfare systems, and refined oil, the report said. Moscow has also provided data feedback on Pyongyang's ballistic missiles, helping improve its missile guidance performance, it said. These actions allow North Korea to fund its military programs and further develop its ballistic missiles programs, which are themselves prohibited under multiple UN Security Council resolutions, and gain first-hand experience in modern warfare, the report found. It said its findings were based on MSMT participating states and cited supporting evidence from the Open Source Center, OSC, a UK-based nonprofit that uses publicly accessible information for research, and Conflict Armament Research, CAR, a UK-based research organization. Both Russia and North Korea are violating the UN arms embargo and are transferring arms and military equipment through actors and networks that evade sanctions, the report alleged. The two countries will likely continue their military cooperation, at least for the foreseeable future, it added. In a joint statement, the member nations behind the MSMT, Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, the Netherlands, New Zealand, South Korea, the United Kingdom, and the United States, urged North Korea to engage in meaningful diplomacy. Western governments have become increasingly concerned about the long-term implications of what appears to be a deepening strategic partnership between the two nations. In recent months, the U.S. has warned that Russia may be close to sharing advanced space and satellite technology with North Korea in exchange for continued support for the war in Ukraine. Russian President Vladimir Putin acknowledged in April for the first time that North Korean soldiers took part in the fighting to recover Russian territory after Ukraine's incursion into the Kursk region last year. North Korea also confirmed its troop presence there for the first time in April. Though North Korean troops had been deployed to Kursk since at least November, they withdrew from the front lines in January after reports of mass casualties, Ukrainian officials said. Both countries have denied that Pyongyang is supplying arms to Moscow, despite overwhelming evidence. However, as part of a landmark defense pact struck last year, they have both pledged to use all available means to provide immediate military assistance in the event the other is attacked. Putin has warned he would provide arms to Pyongyang if the West continues arming Ukraine. In recent weeks, Ukraine's allies have lifted a ban on Kyiv firing long-range missiles into Russia after days of Russia bombarding the Ukrainian capital and other regions with massive aerial attacks, and as the U.S. grows increasingly frustrated with Putin over the lack of a peace deal. Like and subscribe for more. Thanks.